We are back on NHL Tonight, and welcome, Glen Gulutzan. Should say welcome back.
Yes.
Because he was previously the head coach with the Dallas Stars from 2011 to 2013. He's also been behind the bench in Calgary as a head coach, and most recently an assistant coach with the Edmonton Oilers the last couple of seasons. But Glen Gulutzan, now the head coach of the Dallas Stars for the second time around. What do you make of that fit down there in Dallas?
Well, they know him, right? I mean, he was their head coach for 2 years in a different era of Dallas Stars hockey. Didn't have the kind of, I think, wherewithal, the kind of players that he's got, now coming into this team. So that's the good news. He coached 2 years in Calgary, so he's had a little more experience now. He's been an assistant coach with the Edmonton Oilers over the last couple of years, last 2 years. He was part of a group that went to the Cup Finals. So Dallas Stars bringing in somebody they know, they trust, and they're hoping that, he's learned some things along the way.
Well, exactly. I mean, think about it. If they're going to get to the finals and have a chance to win a cup, they got to get through Edmonton. How do you know Edmonton better than having the guy that ran their power play and was a big part of designing all their offense? So I think, he's a good coach.
Yeah.
But having his experience in Edmonton and being in that conference and learning all these teams, I think will only help him in that position. So I'm a big fan of him. Really solid hockey mind. I always enjoyed bumping into him at different things and talking a little bit of hockey, but he'll do a good job.
And he's got great hair.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, that's great hair right there.
He's up there with Jared Bednar as far as the hair game behind.
in that division,
rivals.
Yeah,
it's
Dallas
a
and
struggle.
Colorado.
All hair
There you go.
bracket out there. But sometimes we see, maybe it's not the second time around or the third time around, but sometimes these guys, like you said, taking bits and pieces of what
Paul
works.
Maurice.
Paul
Exactly.
Maurice, the perfect
Mike
example.
Sullivan, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Austin didn't
Another
work out
guy.
the first time back in Pittsburgh. So it's kind of, we wonder why the coaching carousel sometimes spins round and round. And this is a big reason why. It's because at their second or maybe their third crack, they've learned some stuff along the way that makes them a much better coach.
I'll defer to a guy.
Let's defer to the guy who's been behind the bench, right?
coach as a head coach in this league.
I mean, of course, every job and situation you go into, you wish you knew what you knew then when you were back there. Like I think back in my days in Colorado, I jumped in as a coach after basically learning where to stand in practice to stay out of the way. I got 3 months on the job, and all of a sudden they're handing you the whistle, the clipboard, and everything else, and you're the head coach. And I had a great group of players that made it easy on me as a first-time coach. But there were a lot of things that you learn along the way, and you're going, gosh, I wish I would have known that back then when I had Forsberg and Hayduk, and Waugh and Tanguay and Blake and Foote and all that stuff. So that's all part of the experience, is taking in, learning from, and then applying as you move forward. And I think Glen is one of those smart hockey guys. He's always at the coaches' seminars. He's always in there asking and networking, trying to figure out different things that he would want to learn. So I think he's one of those guys that he'll be ready for his position here in Dallas.
And you make a great point, because I've always felt like a general manager or a head coach, those are jobs you can only gain experience by being in them, right? Absolutely. Because you played, you were an assistant coach, but yet you became a head coach, and now it's a whole new world. And so you even someone like you who was in hockey your whole life, you're learning, I should have done this or I should have done that. The experience that you have with different players in different times, you learn from that, and you grow as a person as well. You hear Paul Maurice talk about it quite a bit. Now, he's shown up now at a good time in Florida with some really good players, because you need good players to end up having success as a head coach. But these are the things that help. So we'll see what Glen Gulutzan can do in this second opportunity in Dallas and his third chance to be a head coach.
Yep, and we wish him the best of luck down there behind the bench down in Dallas.